Yes, 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 yes. Listen, listen, listen. In life, I'm in my office today. I'm doing paperwork. I don't like doing paperwork. I'd much rather be remodeling a house or working on some stock charts or doing anything but paperwork. Doing anything but making mundane calls and calling people back talking about shit I really don't want to be talking about. But I'm trying to get over here, and to get over here, I got to go through here, right? Same in your life. You're going to do a lot of shit you don't want to do. But if you end up doing too much shit you don't want to do, and if the ultimate goal of where you're trying to get, or where you think you're trying to get, isn't really where you want to be, what's going to happen is you're going to get burnout. I was talking with a young man today, and he's saying, Mr. Peters, how do you keep from getting burnout? So I don't understand. I'm not a fucking candle. What do you mean? And he says, listen, like I get burned out. I just don't want to do it. And I said, well, that's because the thing you're chasing, the goal, the prize, the dream, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whatever you call it, that mission, you don't really want it. That's not really what you want. You may think that's what you want, but it's not. See, the thing that the one that's the real calling, the real mission, no one has to remind you. See, no one has to remind me, hey, Gerald, check the charts. You got open trades. I'm all over it. No one has to remind me, hey, get up. It's month. Like, we got to get going. I'm all over it. Like, no one has to tell me, hey, go look for rental properties. I'm all over it. Like, the things that I want to do, the goal, the mission to accumulate more and more single-family homes, to build out my portfolio, to write my books, right? To do all the stuff that I do, no one, not a single fucking person on planet Earth needs to remind me to do shit. I'm in full control. There is no burnout. I'm being me. I was watching the History Channel, and this guy said, you ever seen that show, Mountain Men? And they were talking to the mountain man, and he said, what do you do for a living? And he said, huh? He said, what do you do for a living, technically? And he goes, shit, I live. What do you do for a living? In other words, what he did for a living was what he was doing. He was. The secret to success is to be, then do, equals have. And what does that mean? That's just a weird way of saying you have to assume the consciousness of the thing you have to internalize it. You have to become it. If it is over here and you're always pushing and you're always struggling, you never seem to become the thing you're trying to be, maybe that's not what you want to be. Maybe that's not it. Maybe you're working a job you really don't like. And so the reason you don't, it's Monday. The reason you do that is you're doing shit you don't want to do. And there is no higher calling. There is nothing up here that's going to just push you through the shit you don't want to do. I don't like to get up early, if I was being honest. And I see a lot of other gurus and people and influencers teaching this idea that rise early. Rise early. Okay, that's fine, but I'm not an early riser. But I am a late worker. Meaning, it's not how early I get up, but it's how hard and how smart in the time frame that we have to work. So you may get up earlier than me and then stop around 9 and go to bed. Well, I'm working into midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning because I like what I do. So I don't need to get up at 4 a.m. to prove that I like what I do. I get up when I wake up. I haven't used an alarm clock in 15 years. I don't use alarm clocks. I go to bed when I'm done, and I get up when I wake up. And the hours between wake up and bed, I'm just doing me. I'm just doing me. There is no separation for me between work, life. I'm just doing me. And when you do you, like when you're just you, quote, be, then that's what you are. If you played see, when people are trying to get into the NFL, like when they want to play in the NFL, if you ever meet guys that are coming out of college, dude, they've been working harder than you. Between diet, food, play, school, those guys have been working. You ever hear it? Well, I'm kind of burned out. I don't really want to try out for the team. No, they're not saying that. Why? Because the goal's so big, the prize is so high that the burnout it's not even there. They're not thinking about it because the process is what they are. They are football players. That's what they do. They're football players on the field, off the field. That's what they are. And so I think there's a big problem between sometimes people maybe in an effort to try to balance their life, which is all bullshit. Balance. I don't even understand what that means. As they try to balance, often, in my opinion, when you're balancing things, is because you don't like this shit over here, so I'm going to stop doing this, so I can go do this. And because you can be that with your kids. Bring them to work. Show them what you do. You'd be shocked how many kids I used to talk to, and I say, what do your parents do? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You've lived with them for 15 years? You can't explain to me what your parents do? No, because the parents have separated it. Could just be the kids are dumb too. But a lot of times the kids actually have no idea what the parents do. Why? Because the parents have separated. Here I'm dad, here I'm work, and at work when I'm dad, I'm not work. Instead of just being like the mountain man, when they say, what do you do for a living? He says, I live. He is. He has become the thing he's trying to be. And then that thing is not a bad thing. It's not something that needs to be separated from over here. It is what you are. You are that. And a lot of people who have big professions or dreams or goals, like they're a doctor. Why do you think they refer to themselves as a doctor when they're not at the hospital? You know, most of them don't go by Jim at home. They're still Dr. So-and-so. Why? Because they are doctors. Like it was such a calling and such a task and so hard to get to it that they hold on to it. They're not trying to separate it. I'm not trying to not be that while I'm over here. I am that. I am a dentist. I am a writer. I am an artist. See, an artist in his spare time does art. But very few people say, I am a truck driver. Why? Because they tend to, when they fall into those jobs, this is a job they want to escape from. And it doesn't have to be that way. Even the most mundane of things could become bigger. It could have a bigger mission, a bigger purpose. It's a stepping stone to get you where you want to go. It's a stepping stone. I didn't want to be a prison guard. But I needed to be a prison guard to get my credit right so that I could get the money so that I could then buy the rental properties. And so when other people be like, oh, this job sucks. No, this job, I'm fucking using this job. It's mine. I'll fucking just take this job and use it and wear it out and use it to get where I'm trying to go, not be used by it. So I used being a correctional officer to acquire all of my single family homes. I used mowing yards to get what I wanted. And the other guy said, well, I don't want to go mow yards today. It's fucking hot. Good. Let me be hot. I'll be hot. And so there's this idea about you raising your hand, assuming more responsibility. You don't want any responsibility? Go be fucking homeless. They don't have any responsibility. But the president, massive. Right? The CEO of Apple, massive. Oprah Winfrey, massive. Commoners. Average people seek to separate themselves from what they do for a living because they actually don't like what they do for a living. If you're young right now, if I could give you anything in life, don't do that. Don't seek jobs and employments that just pay the bills and then settle into that path and spend your life doing shit you don't want to do, where the ultimate goal, you don't even want to do it, where there is no goal. There is no ultimate prize. It's just the drudgery of work and life. Don't do that. At all fucking costs, you have to escape that. That is technically what they call the rat race. And sometimes, though, people will get what I just said in their soul. And they're 20 and they say, Joe, how do I get out of the rat race? And it's like, you ain't even got in it, bro. You're only 20. What could you have done? What could you have done? So don't get too far ahead of yourself. Sometimes in stock trading and investing, I have to remind people, be careful of playing chess. Careful. Meaning be careful how far down the road you look. Because if you look too far down the road, you'll miss shit right in front of you. If you're driving and you look too far down, you'll hit something right in front of you. Meaning sometimes there's things in front of you, right? If you say, well, we're all going to be in flying cars and doing VR, and you go and invest in that right now, that could be 50 fucking years from now. Don't forget we're still buying Campbell's soup right? We're still using the cell phone. We're still buying clothes. Like, there's still a whole lot of just mundane things that you could be investing in. If you get too far down the future, you start thinking, well, we're all going to be in electric cars. Impossible. There's not even charging stations in my town. There's 40 fucking thousand people. There's no charging stations. The electrical grid isn't even there. And so if you get too far, now we will get there. But if you live too far down the road, it'll mess up your current. In other words, you're going to do shit you don't want to do. But the reason you're doing the shit you don't want to do is to get to the ultimate prize, the goal, the mission, the big dream. And if that dream's big enough and you believe in it, then none of this shit, this little paperwork, ain't burning me out. I'm going to use this shit. I'm going to use all this shit I don't want to do like a dirty rag. It's for me. Use it. So you got a job you don't like right now? Listen to me. You got a job you don't like? The secret to getting one you do like is using the one you don't like. And I mean using it like you own that shit. Drive that truck like you own the whole damn company. Act as if and talk as though and own the whole damn company. Like, take possession of the space around you in your own mind and use it. Use it to get where you want to go. So when you walk into a store and you see a shitty employee, they're just terrible at their job. And I know you've experienced this, or a waiter, and they just have this look. Now, I'm putting aside they had a bad day and we don't know that person. That happens in life. But I'm talking about the person who's just always terrible. They hate their day-to-day. You know why? They got nothing bigger to look forward to. There's nothing. And have grace with those people. I always feel sorry for them. It's easy to react and kind of be mad and get angry with them, but it always clicks in me. They don't have any dreams. This is a person that's dead inside, or have had a bad day. Both of them sound terrible. A person needs a dream, they need a goal, they need a purpose, they need a mission. So if you're feeling bad right now, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling beat up, if you're feeling I'm stressed out, like I don't feel like, then maybe like 99% possibly what you're chasing the wrong thing, man. Get on that and chase the right thing, man. I believe in you. The faith of a grain of mustard seed can move a mountain. And Jesus didn't make that up. That came before him, man. Like, you can do anything you set your mind to, obviously within the realm of physics and laws. But you have within you can hold thought and formless substance. Get that book, The Science of Getting Rich, I teach on. Get on my podcast and listen to some of the stuff I talk about. I was born super poor to a single mom. Grew up in a trailer park. We would move due when rent came due. Never went to college. I am a horrible writer. I've written 7 books. Don't tell anyone. I'm a terrible writer. There's so many misspellings in here and run-on sentences and things that are wrong. And yet in here, I still document how I accumulated millions of dollars in real estate. I don't have a real estate license. I bought 1 book on real estate and started buying real estate. Why? Because early on I learned, be the shit you're trying to do. Like, assume it. I am a real estate investor. I'm not trying to be, I am. Went to trading. Took me a little longer to take that concept of trading, and I fumbled around, I lost my way, and then I began to write and to teach on trading. And the more that I taught, like anything else, when you begin to teach people and show people and push people, guess what it does for you? It makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. Anyway, we'll wrap up. I can be a little long-winded. I hope these videos help you. If they don't, ain't no hard feelings, man. If they do, appreciate it. I try to put out and try to help people to be an example. It's just an average person, blue-collar guy, dude, entrepreneur, real estate investor, trader, like I've done all kinds of run different businesses, and I just want to be a bridge from average and common to uncommon, like to say, listen, you can do this shit. I know you can. You have everything inside of you to make this happen, and so do I. God bless.